Welcome back, students. Welcome to another video session from Bioremedial online classes. Students, we will discuss about one of the most interesting part of the chapter, how do organisms reproduce. We have already discussed about the reproduction in plants, what are the asexual reproduction, the sexual reproductions. Now this part we will discuss about the reproduction in human being, that is human reproduction. Students, if you have not gone through my last videos, please go through my last videos, and if you have not subscribed my channels, please do subscribe my channels for getting the new chapters from biology, sir. So please do subscribe, comment and share, okay, so that I can come up with more important informations about biology. Students, let us come to the chapter. Human reproduction. As we know, human being is a sexually reproducing organisms. They show sexual dimorphism. Male body and female body are different. Okay, so that can be easily identified. Distinguishable body, distinguishable features. That is why they show sexual dimorphism. Students, one interesting information I would like to share you that the entire body contains many systems. Human body has many systems, starting from digestive system that is responsible for digestion, then respiratory system for respiration, then nervous system, then skeletal system, then urinary system, means excretory systems. There are so many systems are present in our body that combinedly they form a body. But all the systems between male and female are same except one system, that is a reproductive system. So today we will understand why the reproductive systems are different in male and female, whereas other systems are same. Now we will understand, so far as sexual reproduction is concerned, we will understand how gametes are formed by male and female individuals, then how gametes are fused and where gametes are fused, then how the development takes place, how the baby takes birth. The entire process we will learn today. So students, the first point where I would like to share you that human being can be capable for reproduction only after attaining certain age. Means the reproductive life, there is a fixed reproductive life in human being. Okay, it is shorter in female but a little longer in male. But there is a lifespan, there is a reproductive life, I can say. Students, at the time when male and female individual became capable for reproduction, that time is called puberty. So only after puberty is a period, puberty is a time period when both male and female body becomes sexually mature, become capable for reproduction, become capable for producing gametes. That period of life is called puberty. So puberty brings a lot of changes in male and female individuals. We will also discuss about that. But the puberty actually, it comes a little earlier in female, around 11, 12, 13 years tak, but in male it comes little late, like 13, 14, 15 tak ajata. But the difference, the changes varies from male to female. In male, the changes are different from the female. So let us understand what are the changes takes place at puberty. Puberty actually brings all different types of changes in the body and mind in both male and female. Okay, and these remarkable changes can be easily detected from outside. Okay, so these changes actually is the sign, is the symbol of sexual maturity in the body. Only after attaining the puberty, one person can be able to perform in sexual reproduction. Before that, he or she cannot. Now understand what are the changes takes place at puberty. So I'm just writing the points. Okay, what are the changes? First thing is the changes during puberty. During puberty, you can write out the headlines. Then first changes, the shoulder of the male and female actually the differently develops. The male develops a wider chest and wide broad shoulder. Okay, broad shoulder. Okay, then broad shoulder. Okay, broad shoulder, but narrow pelvis in male. Okay, and broad pelvis and narrow shoulder in female. So ye second point, voice. Okay, voice may be different. The voice, okay, becomes shrill or high pitch in female, but deep and crack in a male. Okay. Second, the third important point is hair grows in face and chest. So chest and facial hairs. Chest and facial hairs in male. Okay, only. Okay. Then the fourth is hairs in pubic region. Hairs in pubic region in both. These are all. And then, so far as sex organs, sex glands are concerned, so the testis and ovaries are developed. Okay, sex organs develops to produce male and female hormones. Okay, actually these hormones are responsible for all the changes. Okay, then six. In female, development of breast and mammary gland takes place. Mammary glands are the glands which actually produce milk after the birth. The baby actually in human being, okay, the baby gets all the nourishment through the mother's milk. Okay, breastfeeding animals, all are breastfeeding animals. In 7, okay, penis and prostate develops. And apart from all the changes, there are many changes in the mind, the brain, mental development, intellectual development, emotional maturity, also are the sign of puberty. So puberty is a time which can be easily identifiable, means we can easily identify. Now after puberty, okay, this is caused due to the secretion of hormones. Now at puberty actually all the changes takes place due to the production of hormones. The male body that produce male sex hormones, usually it is produced by testis, the male sex gland actually, and the testosterone is responsible for all the secondary sexual characters, and at the same time testosterone is also responsible for production of male gamete called sperms. Similarly in female, the ovaries start producing the female sex hormone estrogen, which are also responsible for the secondary sexual character in female, and the estrogen are also responsible for production of ova, means eggs or female gametes. So now we will understand, apart from these changes takes place, we will understand what are the systems present in male and female, what are the systems responsible for reproduction, that means reproductive system. We will understand both the systems diagrammatically. We will try to explain through diagram what is the system is all about, what are the organs associated with the systems, how the gametes are formed, how the gametes are released. Let us look at the male reproductive system. Student, male reproductive system includes few organs. And that organs is a pair of testes. Student, male reproductive organ includes a pair of testes. Then the sperm duct, the testis produces sperms, so the sperms are carried by a duct called sperm duct. Let us draw a testis, a pair of testis. Okay, then it is carried by a duct. Then here also another duct attached to the testis. Then these duct actually come and join the urethral meatus. This is the male copulatory organ, penis. Okay, this is actually duct. So this duct is also connected to the urethra. Okay, or you can say urinary bladder. So this is the urinary bladder. I am drawing from urinary bladder. Okay, the opening of urinary bladder is called urethra. This urethra is the full complete opening. This urethra is a complete duct through which the sperms and the urines are released out. So this duct is called urethra. Then this is actually penis, the male copulatory organ, male external genitalia. This opening of the penis is called urethral meatus. Then this is actually testis. Single is TES, testis. If it is combined two, then it will be called testis. The testis is actually connected to another duct. Okay, that is called epididymis. The testis is connected to epididymis. This is a very important place where actually sperms is stored. Epididymis is the place where sperms are stored, but released by testis, produced by testis, stored at epidermis and matured at epididymis. Epididymis is a place where sperms are stored and get matured. After maturity, the sperms will travel through this sperm duct. This is called sperm duct. I am drawing the diagram. I am trying to explain the diagram, although my diagram is not that good, but still it will be helpful. Vast difference. Sperm duct is also known as vast difference. So by through epididymis, the sperms will be released and pass through this sperm duct, and this sperm duct is connected to urethra. Now there is a gland at the beginning of the urethra. Okay, this gland is called prostrate, and at the sperm duct there is a pair of gland called, this pair of gland is called seminal vesicle. Very important glands are there. Okay, these two glands, seminal vesicle and prostate glands, release their secretion. They release some liquid, some alkaline liquid that contains some nutrients along with enzymes, okay, which provide nutrition to the sperms during transit, when sperms release from epididymis, and up to fertilization the sperms will remain in transit. So during transit sperms need some nutrition. That nutrition they get from the liquid released by seminal vesicle as well as prostate. So this liquid will also help the sperms to swim ahead. So sperms can easily move in a liquid medium. Okay, the liquid helps in two ways, by providing the nutrition as well as providing the movement, the mobility. One more advantage of this liquid, as this liquid is alkaline, when this the liquid is released into this female genital tract, female vaginal passage, that also that will be helpful. It will neutralize the acidic medium of the vaginal passage. I will explain when I will try to explain female reproductive system. Now this is all about the male reproductive system. Students, very easy diagram, though it is not that attractive or beautiful, but it is easy to understand. This is the place where sperms are produced. Okay, sperms are produced here. Okay, then stored here, epididymis, then released by the sperm duct and mixed with the liquid by seminal vesicle and prostate secretions. These prostate secretions are released into this duct and through urethral meatus it is released out. Students, the liquid from seminal vesicle, prostate and another gland, it is called Cowper's gland or bulbourethral gland, that also release some liquid into this urethra. Sometimes urethra becomes infected or some acidic medium that clears the urethra. Okay, that helps in lubrication also, that Cowper's gland secretion. So the secretion of all accessory glands along with the sperm, the liquid released out through penile penis or male genital organs is known as semen. So semen has 60% seminal contribution, 15% prostate contribution approximately. Okay, some contribution by Cowper's glands, then the rest is sperms. So the entire liquid released from the male genitalia is known as semen. Now we will understand what happens when these sperms are released and how these sperms are released into the female body for fertilization. We will understand the female reproductive system. I think by this there will be a clear idea of male reproductive system. Now students, when we look at the female reproductive system, we will understand one more thing, that the testis in male, it is actually found or located outside the body of the human body, or okay, outside the abdominal cavity. The region of, there is a question may be asked, why the testis is located outside the body? The reason is the temperature required for the formation of sperms inside the testis is little lesser than the human body temperature. That is the reason the testis is designed to be outside the body, so that the proper spermatogenesis or formation of sperms can be performed. That means the healthy sperms can be made outside the body. Otherwise, there may be some error in the spermatogenesis or formation of sperms, which carries some genetic information as well. So this is the reason, only reason. Okay. Now let us look at the diagram of female reproductive system. So female reproductive system is a very easy diagram. We can draw like this. Okay. So I am not good at diagram, so I have already told you. Okay. Okay. Very simple diagram, easy diagram. I am making diagram. Okay. So there is a pair of ovary present in inside the abdominal cavity in the lower abdomen of the female body. Okay. And it is attached to the suspensory ligament. This ovary, actually, every ovary, actually start releasing matured ovum, matured egg every month after menarche. After the first menstruation, I will explain what menstruation is all about. But you will understand when the puberty comes, the menstrual cycle begins in female. Means every month one egg will be released by one ovary and alternate by to the other ovary. That means In the first month, this ovary will be released. In the next month, another ovary will release this egg. Again, in the next month, the first ovary will release. Likewise, the ovary will alternately release the mature eggs every month. Okay. There is a case, there is some exception that in 1 month or at a time both the ovary also release the egg, two mature eggs released at a time. It is a very rare cases. Okay, when the dizygotic twins are formed. Okay. Now this is the diagram. I can draw the labeling. So this is your ovary. Ovary is the homologous organ to the male testis. Okay, they produce female gametes or egg. This is called actually oviduct. Oviduct or fallopian tube. Fallopian tube. This is actually found as the name. This is actually uterus. This layer is called endometrium, the inner lining of the uterus, endometrium. This narrow lining is called cervix or cervical canal. Then this long cylindrical tube-like opening called vagina. Now, actually, this oviduct has 3 different regions. In higher classes, you will also understand. One part is called infundibulum, then ampulla, and then isthmus. Okay. So this is the rough diagram of female reproductive system. Although I am not that good in diagram. So actually, vagina is the passage where the semen is injected into the female body. Then this semen, actually, each ejaculation carries million of sperms. The idea of production of million of sperms by male is that the sperms will travel from male body into the female body, and the passage of the female body is acidic in nature. So during transit, few sperms will get destroyed. During the acidic medium, many of them will also die. Then, out of millions, thousands of sperms become able to reach fallopian tube, and the most efficient, the first and most efficient sperm will able to fertilize with the egg, and here is the place where fertilization takes place, not in uterus. Fallopian is the site of fertilization. So after fertilization, fertilization is the place where sperms get fused, get fertilized with the ovum. Actually, here what happens, when the first most efficient sperms reaches at the ovum, it will be fused, they will be together, they will be united, and okay, one single zygote will be formed. As soon as the fusion takes place, there will be the outer covering will be changed chemically so that no second sperm can be fused. Only the first and one sperm can be fused. Okay, that is the idea. Then after fusion, the fertilization lead to the development of zygote. So what happens to the zygote? Next we will understand. After this, I think the clear idea of female reproductive system is over. Now the formation of zygote. What is zygote is all about? Zygote is a single cell structure. Zygote is a single cell structure caused due to the fertilization of male and female gamete. So zygote, this is a single cell structure, okay, caused due to resulted by fusion of male and female gametes. So you can say it is a fertilized egg. Zygote is a fertilized egg. So this zygote always carry 2n number of chromosomes. Here one more important point. Zygote always carry 2n number of chromosomes, means diploid. Okay. that is called diploid. Human zygote is diploid. Actually, human gametes, so gametes are always haploid, means half of the chromosome present in gamete in comparison to the normal human cell. So when two gametes are fused, the zygote is formed, then the normal human being, normal chromosome number is restored by the fusion of male and female gametes. So this is the all about zygote. Then as soon as the zygote is formed, the zygote start dividing. The mitosis division, the mitotic division takes place in zygote. Then zygote becomes 2-cell structure, then 4-cell structure. Likewise, when the zygote reaches that, okay, after zygote formation, okay, the mitosis takes place. Mitosis takes place means the mitotical division, equational division takes place. One zygote becomes 2-cell, 2 becomes 4. Then the zygote with 16 to 32 cells, okay, called as blastocyst, and each cell is called blastomeres. These blastomeres actually get attached to the uterine wall. At this stage, the zygote is attached to the uterine wall. Okay, so this is all about the zygote. This, after attachment, the zygote keep on dividing, okay, into a huge cell, huge number of cells, and it will form a sphere of cells. Then it will form some structural changes. Okay, the cleavage will take place. Then after so many changes, okay, the development of baby will begin. So this developing stage, the developing stage of zygote is known as embryo. So what is exactly embryo? When zygote starts dividing into 2, 4, 8 likewise, the developing stage is known as embryo. Embryo is the developing stage of zygote. Okay, developing stage of zygote. Then the embryo, when embryo will also again develop, and when embryo will develop all the body parts, clear body parts, we can call it is fetus. That means embryo with all distinct body parts, okay, is called fetus. It will be no more called embryo. When all body parts are visible, usually after 5 months, it is known as fetus. Okay. Now the fetal development takes place. When the pregnant lady go to the doctor used to write the term fetus, fetal weight, fetal pulse, whatever. So fetus is the term used only after the complete development of body parts. Okay. Then the next term we will explain, that is gestation. What is gestation is all about? So the pregnant lady, okay, conceived the baby from the fertilization date to delivery. The entire period of pregnancy, okay, the period of pregnancy from fertilization to the delivery, okay. The period of pregnancy, you can write down, it is the period of pregnancy from fertilization to delivery of baby is called gestation period. This gestation period usually 38 weeks. 38 weeks is the normal gestation period. Normal period. Okay. On this basis, the doctor give a particular date of delivery. Okay. Doctor used to ask the last menstrual date, and after 38 weeks, doctor count the date of delivery. Doctor used to mention the expected date of delivery only by counting 38 weeks from the last date of menstruation. Gestation period is all about. Then the baby completely develops. After 38 weeks, the baby is delivered out. That process is called parturition. Parturition means, okay, it is a natural process in which the baby comes out from the mother uterus to outside. So the delivery of baby, it is the process of delivery of baby from mother's uterus. From mother's uterus is called parturition. Okay. So actually after complete development, and that is a indication actually released from the uterus. Actually there is a sign that is a symbol actually. It is sent to the brain, and the pituitary gland will start producing a hormone. Actually the hormonal mechanism starts. Okay, then hormone will start producing, okay, another hormone which can actually give a complete contraction. Okay, vigorous contraction will resulting the ejection of baby. Okay, the vigorous contraction takes place by uterus. This is known as fetal ejection reflex. Okay, that we will learn in details in higher classes. So this is all about the baby develops from the female body. Now we will understand the menstrual cycle. One of the important mechanism actually repeatedly occurring in regular basis, that is very important for reproduction. That process is menstruation or menstrual cycle. Imagine there will be no fertilization. What will happen if there will be no fertilization? Every month in female body, every month the ovary releases one mature egg. And what happens in menstruation or menstrual cycle? This is menstrual cycle. Okay. What happens actually? Every month from the date of first menarche or the date of menarche, every month the ovary start releasing one mature egg in female. Then the uterus prepare itself to receive the embryo. Uterus knows the egg is released, there will be fertilization, then the zygote will be formed, then zygote will be changed into embryo, then I will have to receive it, hold it to protect the embryo. For that reason, the uterus prepare itself by thickening its inner lining. The endometrium becomes thicker and thicker, okay, by entry of bloods into this inner layer. So the endometrium becomes more thick to receive the embryo. But unfortunately, there is no sperm or no male gamete entered into the female body. So what will happen? The egg within a day or two it will be died. The egg will be no more. It will be damaged, and when there will be no egg, there will be no fertilization. So this preparation of uterus is usually it will be no more useful. When the inner lining will be no more useful, automatically it will be set up. This setting of inner lining of uterus along with the unfertilized ovum, okay, ejected out from the female body through vagina in form of blood. This bleeding is called menstruation. And this menstruation usually occurs every month, actually once in every 28 days. The cycle, periodically or cyclically, it occurs. Actually from the first day, okay, how it occurs, I will say why it is a cycle, menstrual cycle, I will explain. We can write down what is menstrual cycle. The release of unfertilized egg along with the okay, we can write in different way. Okay, due to absence of sperms, okay, and fertilization, the endometrium of uterus set up and the dead ovum along with the blood vessels released out from female body through vaginal passage. Which is called a little lengthy menstruation. Okay, and this menstruation, this process is repeated once in every 28 days. So it is called period or cycle. Menstrual period भी बोल सकते हो, you can someone say menstrual cycle, menstrual period. Okay, the common word is menstruation. So this is the way menstruation occurs. I will explain one very short things, that from the first menstruation, from the date of menstruation, it will be counted as first day. Then after menstruation, what will happen? Ovary has many thousands of immature ova. Okay, only after menstruation, when the day proceeds, the pituitary brain, actually the pituitary gland of the brain, they release the hormone, follicle stimulating hormone. This follicle stimulating hormone FSH, it will actually stimulate the follicles to mature one immature ova, immature egg, okay, progressively or gradually. Then it will take time. On the 14th day, actually, from the date of one, if the menstruation day is day 1, then on 14th day, the follicle will be completely mature and it will be brushed out, and one matured ovum is released out. Then it will wait for 1 or 2 days at the fallopian tube, then it will be died or damaged, then it will release, the uterus lining will be squeezed up, then another 14 days it will take to set up. So the entire 28-day cycle will continue. Okay, if there will be fertilization, then the uterine wall is remains same, and it holds the embryo. This is the embryo for the complete development. This is all about the development of baby inside the female body. And the last part, we will understand birth control. We have understood how birth takes place, how baby takes birth. Now we should also understand What is the process to control the birth? And first, before that, we should understand why should we control birth? Because human population is being increased in alarming rate. Okay, due to this high increased rate of human population, it is expected, okay, to be a big fight among the human beings in future for space, for food, for mate, for everything. So the population should be controlled. Okay, because the resources are limited, the agricultural resources, there are so many other resources, forest resources, environmental resources are limited. So the population should be controlled. So what are the various ways that population can be controlled? Okay, that the process of terminating the pregnancy, conceive. What is birth control? So birth control, we can say it is the process of preventing pregnancy. Okay, preventing pregnancy is called birth control. Okay. So birth control is necessary. Why it is necessary, I have explained. There are various processes. One important process is barrier method. Okay, I will only explain by the point. Barrier method means there are some materials are used, okay, which becomes a barrier between sperm and ovum. These barriers will not allow to meet between the sperm and ovum. The barriers are examples are condoms and diaphragms. GMS, diaphragms. These are the barriers, okay, which prevent the meeting of sperm and ovum. This also helps to prevent many types of sexually transmitted diseases. Many STDs can be transmitted by barrier methods. So these are used, okay, condoms and diaphragms. Then chemical methods. In chemical methods, there are some chemicals, some spermicides are used orally by female, vaginally also. Vaginal gels are also used so that the sperms can be killed. Okay, when the female takes the pill, okay, the sperms can be easily killed. The oral contraceptives are the chemical methods, oral contraceptive. Then another is copper tea. Copper tea is a device. Okay, copper tea is also under chemical IUCD. Copper CD is known as IUCD. This is intrauterine contraceptive device. It is a device actually. Intrauterine contraceptive device. Actually device. It will be used by doctor. It is placed inside the uterus. Okay, so it will release copper ions that can kill the sperms, and it can prevent the implantation of embryo. It will prevent the attachment of embryo to the uterine wall. In this way, it can protect, it can prevent pregnancy. These are all chemical methods. And the third one is surgical. In surgical methods, there is two options. One is tubectomy. Tubectomy actually it is done by male, or in male, and tubectomy in female. It is in female, and vasectomy it is done to male. And what happens in tubectomy? The part of fallopian tube is blocked in female, so that there will be no meeting of sperms and ovules. Then by vasectomy also the sperm duct is blocked, so that sperms cannot come out to meet the egg. So in this process, actually there is a surgical process in which a part is blocked. That is actually done in male as well as female. In male it is called vasectomy, in female it is called tubectomy. So these are all methods that can be used to prevent pregnancy, that can be used to control the birth, control the population. We should all understand. Apart from the controlling the population, we can also prevent many sexually transmitted diseases. Okay, in this way we have understood the entire chapter of human reproduction and the associated topics. So students, if you like this video, please do share, please do comments, and keep watching my video. Do subscribe if you have not. Thank you very much. See you in the next video soon. Thank you.